Life has a strange way of weaving emotions together, and sometimes the most unexpected nights can change the course of everything you once thought was certain. I never imagined that one quiet evening, after years of routine and predictability, my heart would beat in ways I thought it had long forgotten. This is not a story of betrayal in its rawest form, but rather a story of hidden emotions, unspoken truths, and the delicate balance between loyalty and longing. It was a late summer evening, the kind where the air carried a soft warmth and the cicadas hummed as though nature itself had fallen into a rhythm. My husband, Daniel, had gone to bed early. He had been working long hours, and exhaustion seemed to cling to him. I sat in the living room with a half-finished book in my lap, but my eyes were fixed on the window, drawn to the quiet glow of the moon outside. That was when he knocked. Not loudly, not impatiently, just a gentle tap on the glass of the back door. My heart startled, thudding unexpectedly as though it already knew the weight of the moment. When I slid the curtain aside, I saw Michael, our neighbor, a man I had known for years. He wasn't just a neighbor, though. He had been a friend, someone who always seemed to notice the things others overlooked. "Can we talk?" he whispered, his voice barely audible through the glass. I hesitated. My husband was asleep upstairs. My life was supposed to be settled, stable, predictable. Yet there was something in Michael's eyes, a quiet urgency, a vulnerability that made it impossible for me to turn away. I slipped on my sandals, pulled a cardigan over my shoulders, and stepped outside. The night air greeted me like a secret. Michael looked relieved just to see me there. "I didn't mean to come so late," he said softly, "but I couldn't hold this in anymore." His words sank into me slowly, like drops of rain soaking into dry earth. "What is it?" I asked, my voice low, cautious. Michael looked down at his hands, then back up at me. His eyes were filled with a truth I had always sensed but never allowed myself to name. "I've been carrying this for so long. Every time I see you, every time we talk, I feel something I can't ignore anymore." My breath caught in my chest. He wasn't saying it directly, but the meaning was clear. My pulse quickened, not out of shock, but because part of me had known this moment might come someday. I should have walked away then. I should have reminded him and myself of the life I had built, the vows I had made. But instead, I stood frozen, staring into eyes that reflected a longing I secretly shared. "Michael," I whispered, unsure if it was a warning or a plea. He stepped closer, careful, respectful, yet full of intensity. "I don't want to ruin anything for you. I don't want to cause pain. But I needed you to know that you mean more to me than just a neighbor or a friend. You always have." The honesty in his words was like a key turning in a locked door inside me. Suddenly, years of suppressed emotions, overlooked gestures, and quiet moments resurfaced. The way he always checked if I got home safely when Daniel was working late. The way his eyes softened when I laughed. The way his presence always seemed to steady me in ways I couldn't explain. I felt tears prick my eyes. "You shouldn't say this," I whispered, my voice trembling. "I know," he said quickly. "And if you ask me to walk away, I will. I just couldn't let another night go by without telling you the truth." The silence stretched between us, filled with the symphony of night, the crickets, the whisper of wind through the trees, and the deafening beat of my own heart. I looked back at the house. Inside, my husband slept peacefully, unaware of the storm unraveling just outside his door. I loved him. But love isn't always simple, and sometimes it isn't enough to silence what stirs beneath the surface. Michael gently touched my wrist, not possessive, not forceful, just a quiet connection that spoke louder than words. My body tensed, but my soul sighed with recognition. "I don't expect anything from you," he murmured. "I just needed you to know that someone in this world loves you in a way that sees all of you." Those words shattered me in the gentlest way possible. All my hidden doubts, my unspoken yearnings, the loneliness I buried under routines, they all came rushing forward. Tears spilled down my cheeks as I whispered, "Why did you wait until now?" He smiled sadly. "Because I was afraid. Afraid of losing you completely. Afraid of crossing a line I couldn't uncross. But tonight, I couldn't keep it in anymore. We stood there for what felt like forever, caught between right and wrong, between loyalty and truth, between what the world expected and what our hearts desired. In the end, I pulled my hand gently from his, not in rejection, but in surrender to reality. "I can't," I whispered, my heart breaking with the weight of both choices. Michael nodded, his jaw tight with emotion. "I know." He stepped back, fading into the shadows, leaving me trembling under the moonlight with a truth I could no longer ignore. I returned inside, closed the door, and leaned against it with tears streaking down my face. My husband stirred upstairs, unaware of the storm I carried in my chest. From that night on, everything felt different. My life looked the same, my marriage continued, but somewhere inside me, a secret flame flickered, a memory of the night someone confessed a love that would never be lived but would never be forgotten. And sometimes, late at night, when Daniel was asleep and the house was silent, I would step to the window, look at the glowing streetlight outside, and wonder if Michael was awake too, remembering the night he told me the truth.